Myself Dr. APOORVA from Department of Economics, Hansraj College. And in this video, I am explaining you the relationship between the equilibrium in the input market and the output market under the perfectly competitive market structure. So this relationship is something that we usually teach to the students in first year, first semester, basic microeconomics course. And by the time they come to third year, they tend to forget the things. So I have recorded this video which will be handy for you people, and you can see this video whenever you feel like you have forgotten this topic. So you can enjoy this video. So let's get started. So remember one thing, the assumption at the background is that both the input market and the output market, they are perfectly competitive. So going by the usual thing that the inputs or your factors of production, they go into the production process to create the output. Factors of production or input can be your land, labor, your capital. Capital can be your physical capital, your financial capital, or your human capital. So all these factors of production, they combine together to produce the output. And now we have to understand that how the equilibrium in the output market, that means the profit maximizing condition of the firm in the output market, that is related to the equilibrium in the input market, that is the profit maximizing condition in the input market. And now there are many inputs which are going into the production process, or I should say that over here I have written an S over here. That means there are many inputs. So obviously understanding many inputs together, it will be little difficult. So we assume over here that we have only one factor of production, that is labor. So let us assume that only labor is going into the production process to produce output. So the equilibrium condition in the output market, or the profit maximizing condition for the firm, is the point where MR is equal to MC. Now the question is, what is MR and what is MC? So MR is your marginal revenue. Remember, marginal means one extra. So marginal revenue is the revenue that the firm is getting by selling one extra unit of output. So अगर firm एक unit बेच रहा है, so unit बेचने से उसको कितना पैसा मिलेगा? This is marginal cost. Marginal again means one extra. So how much cost the firm is incurring in producing one extra unit of output. So एक extra unit बनाने के लिए firm का कितना खर्चा या कितना cost जा रहा है, और firm कब तक बनाएगा? तब तक उसका revenue और उसका cost बराबर ना हो जाए. जितना revenue या जितना पैसा उसको मिल रहा है वो उसके खर्चे के equal ना हो जाए. अगर equal है तो उसका profit maximize हो रहा है. Remember one thing, profit maximizers हैं, उनको अपना profit maximize करना है. So they'll maximize till what they are getting and what they are giving. Those two things are equalized. So marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. This is the profit maximizing condition for a firm in a perfectly competitive market which is producing the output in the output market. And this firm, to produce this output, it's hiring inputs, and over here we have assumed that only labor is the input which is there in the market. So this firm in the labor market, remember labor market hai, labor is demanded by the firm. In the input market, firms become the demanders of the labor. फर्म्स उतना ही लेबर डिमांड करेंगे जितना उनको ज़रूरत है, जितना आउटपुट डिमांड हो रहा है मार्केट में उसके अकॉर्डिंगली वो प्रोडक्शन करेंगे, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली वो लेबर हायर करेंगे. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी समटाइम्स कॉल दैट डिमांड फॉर लेबर और द डिमांड फॉर इनपुट्स इज योर डिराइव्ड डिमांड. अब जब फर्म इनपुट मार्केट में ऑपरेट कर रही है, इनपुट मार्केट में फर्म अपना प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइज करेगी. अब वो फर्म अपना प्रॉफिट कैसे मैक्सिमाइज करेगी? अगेन इनपुट मार्केट में द फर्म इज हायरिंग लेबर. इनपुट मार्केट में द फर्म इज हायरिंग द लेबर. फर्म जब हायर कर रही है लेबर को, द फर्म हैज टू इनकर कॉस्ट ऑन दैट लेबर. So let us assume that cost is nothing but the wages that the firm is giving to that labor. So W is the wages that the firm is giving to any one labor. लेबर, जितना वो हायर करे, तो एक लेबर पे कितना पैसा खर्च कर रही है, दैट इज योर वेजेस. अब वो लेबर फर्म के पास आया, उसने कुछ आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस किया. सो व्हाट इज द आउटपुट दैट इज बीइंग प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय दैट वन एक्स्ट्रा लेबर? दैट इज सिंपली योर marginal product of labor. Remember, every single word has a meaning. Marginal means one extra, product means output that is being produced, and L is for labor. So एक extra labor hire करने से firm कितना output produce कर रही है, that is the marginal product of labor. How much output is being produced by one extra labor? Now this output, when sold in the market, it is sold in the market at price P. So अगर फर्म ने एक लेबर को हायर किया जिसने से सपोज 10 यूनिट्स ऑफ आउटपुट बनाया और वो मार्केट में बिका 5 रुपए पर, एंड रिमेंबर दिस प्राइस इज गिवन टू द फर्म बिकॉज फर्म इज अ परफेक्टली कॉम्पिटिटिव मार्केट, it is operating in a perfectly competitive market, so it is a price taker, so it is taking this price to be given. So प्राइस आपको पता है, लेबर ने आउटपुट कितना बनाया, वो 10 यूनिट का बनाया, तो फर्म को कितना मिला, सिंपली दोनों का मल्टीप्लिकेशन विच इज 50. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द रेवेन्यू द फर्म हैज जनरेटेड by selling the output which is produced by this one extra labor that the firm has hired. So इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि भाई वो एक बंदा जो फर्म में आया उसने इतना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस किया, वो आउटपुट जब मार्केट में बिका तो उस फर्म को इतना रेवेन्यू मिला. सो उस एक बंदे से फर्म को इतना पैसा आया, और यू कैन से इतना रेवेन्यू जनरेट हुआ. So this is nothing but the value of marginal product of labor, or you can say the value of that labor. वो लेबर फर्म को कितना वैल्यू लाके दे रहा है. So this is nothing but the value, or you can say the revenue the firm is generating, and that's why it's sometimes called as marginal revenue product. So this is something which the firm is getting from that one extra labor. अब उस लेबर पे फर्म कितना खर्चा कर रही है, that is nothing but the wages. So firm is hiring a labor at W, or you can say that the firm is giving wages to the labor. और वो labor firm को कितना लाके दे रहा है, that is this thing. So this is the cost side for the firm, and this is the revenue side for the firm. So again your cost and revenue, they are getting equal. So for a profit maximizing firm, the profits are maximized where the cost again are equal to the revenue. And what exactly I am trying to show in this entire video, that this equilibrium condition in the input market and this equilibrium condition in the output market, they both are essentially the mirror images of each other. So whether I understand equilibrium for a firm, perfectly competitive firm, from an input market, or I understand it from an output market, it's one and the same thing. The only difference is कि हम उसको input में पढ़ रहे हैं या हम उसको output में पढ़ रहे हैं. And they both are mirror images. Again, I am saying mirror images because this concept is something that students tend to forget by the time they go on to third year or they go on for masters. ये वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करने का पर्पस ही ये है कि आपके पास ये वीडियो हैंडी रहे, आप जब भूलो ये वीडियो देखो आपको समझ आ जाएगा. So now in the next step I am going from input market equilibrium to output market. आप उल्टा भी कर सकते हो, आउटपुट से इनपुट पे भी जा सकते हो, मैंने वो भी इस वीडियो में समझा रखा है. Okay, so starting from the input market equilibrium, which was wages is equal to VMPL. So this slide is just giving you a recap of what I explained earlier कि cost क्या है firms के लिए. Firms के लिए cost है wages. Firms का revenue कहाँ से आ रहा है? Firms का revenue आ रहा है VMPL से. और equilibrium में कहाँ होगा, क्या होगा? Cost will be equal to revenue या wages should be equal to VMPL. Now we have to show that this is equal to the equilibrium in the output market, which is nothing but MR is equal to MC. Now let's see how it works. So let's start with the revenue side. Now in the revenue side, फर्म ने एक लेबर हायर किया था, वो लेबर से आउटपुट कितना जनरेट हुआ, MPL. So it's like the output produced by one extra labor, the firm that is hired is MPL. This output, MPL, when it is sold in the market, so revenue generated by selling this MPL units of output in the market is simply P times MPL. MPL produce हुआ था, P price पे बिका, so this is the revenue the firm has generated. I can write the same sentence in a different way. Writing same sentence in a different way means that what is the revenue that the firm is generating by selling MPL units of output, which is simply this thing. And the corresponding statement is that if this is the revenue that the firm is generating by selling MPL units of output, then what is the revenue that the firm is generating by selling one unit of output? Simple unitary method है. MPL units को सेल करके उसको जब इतना मिला है तो एक यूनिट को बेच के उसको कितना मिलेगा, और एक यूनिट को बेच के कितना मिलता है, बाय डेफिनेशन that is nothing but marginal revenue. So over here what we are getting, that the revenue that the firm is generating by selling one extra unit of output is simply this divided by your MPL. You will strike off them and you will simply get P, and P is your marginal revenue. ये marginal revenue के equal क्यों हुआ, by the definition of marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is the revenue that the firm is generating by selling one extra unit of output. So over here from the revenue side what we get is that the marginal revenue for the firm is nothing but equal to the price. Now let's come to the cost side. Cost side पे firm जो है वो एक लेबर को हायर कर रहे हैं. So the cost that the firm is incurring on hiring one additional unit of labor is nothing but the wages that the firm is paying, that is W. और ये लेबर जब हायर हुआ है ये कितना आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, MPL यूनिट्स का. So the output produced by one labor is MPL. उस लेबर पे कॉस्ट कितना गया, W का गया. So ultimately क्या हुआ, ये MPL यूनिट्स बनाने के लिए फर्म ने कितना कॉस्ट इनकर किया, W rupees. And this is what I have written in this statement, that the cost of producing MPL extra units is your W. And अगर MPL units को बनाने की cost W है, again going by the unitary method, what is the cost of producing one extra unit of output? Simply your wages divided by your MPL. So MPL units को बनाने की cost W थी, तो एक यूनिट को बनाने की कॉस्ट कितनी हुई, W by MPL. And by definition this is nothing but marginal cost. Marginal cost is the cost of producing one extra unit of output. आपके MPL extra unit बन रहे हैं तो एक extra unit बनाने की cost W by MPL. So on the cost side what you get, that the marginal cost is nothing but wages divided by MPL. So हमने पिछली स्लाइड में रेवेन्यू पढ़ा था, इस स्लाइड में कॉस्ट पढ़ा, दोनों को एक साथ लेकर आऊंगी. सो आई विल गेट माई इक्विलिब्रियम. नाउ हाउ आई गॉट माई इक्विलिब्रियम. So VMPL is equal to W is the input market equilibrium. We started from here and we finally moved on to MR is equal to MC, which is the output market equilibrium. So we started from input market, we moved on to output market equilibrium just by using the definitions. So these two equilibrium are mirror images of each other. This is the case when we started from input market and moved on to output market. I can do the reverse as well. I can start from output market and I can move to input market. So let's see how I'm going to that. So just to recap, over here from input to output, now I am going to start with MR is equal to MC condition and I am going to derive VMPL equals to wages condition. So let's start with MR is equal to MC condition. Again starting from the revenue side. So MR by definition is the revenue that the firm is earning by selling one extra unit of output. And in perfectly competitive market structure, remember again and again I am saying that this is for perfectly competitive market structure. In that your marginal revenue is equal to price because firms are price takers. So MR is simply price. This is the revenue side. On the cost side is marginal cost, which is cost of producing one extra unit of output. अब कॉस्ट कितना जा रहा है, कॉस्ट तो जा रहा है जो लेबर को हायर करने में वेजेस गया, एंड दैट इज नथिंग बट कमिंग ओवर हियर. सो ओवर हियर कॉस्ट ऑफ हायरिंग वन लेबर इज W. दिस इज द वेजेस द फर्म इज गिविंग टू द लेबर. इतना इनकर करके फर्म को कुछ आउटपुट मिल रहा है, एंड व्हाट इज द आउटपुट द फर्म इज गेटिंग? दैट इज द आउटपुट दैट इज बीइंग प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय दिस लेबर. फर्म ने एक लेबर को हायर किया, उस लेबर ने कुछ आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस किया, जो आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस किया दैट इज MPL, और उस लेबर को हायर करने में कॉस्ट कितना गया? W गया. सो अल्टीमेटली हुआ क्या कि MPL यूनिट्स बनाने के लिए फर्म ने कॉस्ट इनकर करा है W का. दैट मीन्स द कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग MPL यूनिट्स ऑफ आउटपुट इज योर W. अगेन गोइंग बाय यूनिटरी मेथड, अगर MPL यूनिट्स को बनाने की कॉस्ट W है तो एक यूनिट को बनाने की कॉस्ट कितनी होगी? सो सिंपली W बाय MPL. सिंपल. अगेन यूनिटरी मेथड लगाया, कॉस्ट साइड पे लगाया है. सो अगेन ओवर हियर व्हाट आई गेट दैट द मार्जिनल कॉस्ट इज W बाय MPL. सो पिछली स्लाइड में हमने रेवेन्यू किया था, where what we got that marginal revenue is equal to price. इस स्लाइड में हमने कॉस्ट साइड क्या है, where we got marginal cost is equal to W by MPL. And we started from the output market. Output market में मेरा equilibrium था या profit maximizing condition था MR is equal to MC. Now from this output market equilibrium condition या profit maximizing condition से I am moving on to input market equilibrium condition or input market profit maximizing condition. So just bringing both the cost and revenue side together, what we get that output market equilibrium MR is equal to MC, and from there we have got the input market equilibrium which is nothing but VMPL equal to wages. And how we got this? If I go back to the previous slide, so this is my marginal cost, what I have written earlier. This is my marginal cost. My marginal revenue was nothing but price. Output market equilibrium is coming from here. That is MR is equal to MC. MR is my price and MC is my W by MPL. So I can simply take this MPL on the left hand side and I will get price times MPL is equal to wages, which is nothing but my VMPL is equal to wages. So we are coming back to the input market condition, and this is what is represented in this slide, that from the output market equilibrium again we can get the input market equilibrium. In the previous case we were going from input market to the output market, but over here we are coming from output market to input market. So both are mirror images of each other. So coming back to this diagram from where we have started, we have started from this diagram saying that input market and output market both are perfectly competitive market. Firms are maximizing their profits. This is profit maximizing condition in output market. This is profit maximizing condition in input market, and they both are mirror images of each other. So अगर मेरे को ये दिया हुआ है मैं ये आराम से निकाल सकती हूँ, मुझे ये दिया हुआ है तो मैं ये निकाल सकती हूँ. And this concept is used again and again in microeconomics or the courses which are microeconomic theory based. And students tend to forget this condition, and that's why I have recorded this video. So I hope you all have liked this video. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.